What's going on, guys? Legitcupcake2260 and I'm bringing you a candy tutorial. So this is going to be the first episode of my Kandi Basics Series that I was planning on doing. Today we're going to learn how to make a candy cube. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So what you're going to need are pony beads. I'm just getting those off my string. Pony beads. You're going to need Omniflex. Normally in my videos, even stretch magic and stuff like that's not going to work. Because usually I use like Beadalon, stretch magic, Opus. But I'm not able to use that because the cube's not going to form correctly. But if you use like Omniflex or some type of fishing line, your cube's going to be really solid and the beads won't shift the way they do with like stretch magic. So, and this stuff is cheap. I got 700 yards for like $5 on Amazon. And you can probably get it like big bulks of it like Lowe's and stuff. So, just something to keep in mind. And then, of course, scissors and pony beads. So, I'm going to cut off a strand that's a little more than arm's length. Because that's pretty much all we're going to need for this. So, I'm just rolling my string because it was kind of out a little bit. Okay, about there, I'm going to say. Okay. I mean, if you really want an actual measurement, I would say about 3 feet. If you want a measurement. This is the only thing also why I don't use fishing line in my videos, because it's very hard to see against stuff, but it's the only string you can really use for something like this. So we're actually going to make ours pink, and I'm going to show you how you're going to have corner beads, which are going to be these ones. So I'm just going to zoom in. So that's going to be our corner bead. Then you're going to have your two main bead colors, and then your corner. So that's going to be the first thing that gets strung onto your string. So I'm just going to take both sides of my string. I'm going to hold them like this. That way they're up. And on one side, I'm just going to put on my corner bead, my main color, two of my main color, and then one more corner bead. And let those slide down. So you should have this right now. Now we're going to take both sides. And we're going to be putting two of our main color on each side. So I'm going to show you. So I'm going to take two more of my main color and then two more of my main color on the other string. So that's what we're doing here. So, okay. Don't pay attention to those don't apply. So 1, 2, and they go all the way down. Some people actually say keep them separate. I put them all the way down, and you'll see why in a little while, why I do put them all down. I'm just going to get my other side. I'm going to do 1, 2. And then you should have all these beads all the way at the bottom. Like that. And right now they're going to make a little V shape. Okay, so now this is where you want to keep the beads separate. So we're going to do the same pattern again like we just did. That we did our corner bead, our main color, and then the corner bead, two main color, and then corner bead. So we're going to do that again. So I'm going to put on my corner bead, which is my metallic. My main color, which being my clear pink. I'm going to put two of those. And then another metallic. So now, guys, what you probably do know, this is actually parts gets required to know a ladder stitch. I do have a basic tutorial on ladder stitching. So if you haven't seen that, I will link it down below because you're going to need to know how to make a ladder stitch in order to be able to make this. So check that video out. I'll have it down below. It is an older video, but I am planning to do an updated one. So I have my beads on this one side, and my string is pointing to the right. So now I'm going to take the other string with nothing on it, the other half of the string where these beads up here are separate. See how you see the beads up here are separate from these. And now this one, because this string is on the right, so my string over here is pointing to the right. So now that means the other string is going to go to the left. And you're going to take that separate piece of string and you're going to string it through all 4 beads. Like this. It's a little bit different without a sewing needle. You can use a sewing needle if you want for this part, even if you just tie it for this area, but I've been doing this a while, so I'm okay. So now I'm just going to pull both ends of my string, and we're going to get this. Sometimes the string gets a little tangled, but this is what you should have so far. So you see you have your little corner bead, your main color, and it goes around. So now we're going to take 2 of our main color. Actually, I have some over here. 2 of my main color. And put it down the one side. The other 2 main colors I'm going to put on the other side. I'm going to slide them down. So now they're going to be like this. If you can see that. You see how the 2 beads are there. So now you're going to leave these 2 beads down there and you're going to do your pattern again. So while keeping this separate, you're going to make, see these 2 strings these 2 beads stay here and these 2 beads stay there. And see how they're separate from that. So just to make sure you see it. So my corner bead, my main color, 2 of my main color, and then my corner bead. And I'm not going to slide them all the way down. I'm just going to put them on slightly. That way they at least have somewhere to go, because I don't want them coming off the string, because that can happen. Okay, so now that piece is going, that piece where I just strung the beads on. And you can string this on either the left or the right string. It doesn't really make a difference. It's really up to you what you want. As long as you put one side opposite to the other, it doesn't even matter. But in my case, the string is going to the right, which means the other side should go to the left. If you know what I'm talking about with ladder stitching. But I will be making a tutorial on that. I just thought the cube would be a little more helpful first, because I do already have a ladder stitch tutorial out, but I will be making a new one. And then one day I'm actually going to do a Kandi tour, so if I hit 2,000 subscribers, I will do a Kandi tour. So, something to look forward to. So I just put my left and my right, and I just put them together, and I pull them. And this is what you should have so far. So they're going to separate for a minute only because my string isn't tied. But this is what it looks like. So you see the cube starting to form. Now you're going to repeat the same step one more time. So 2 of my main color on one side. I'll put that on. 2 of my main color on the other side. This is the exact same way we made these other ones. So there's the 2 main on that side. And now I'm going to put on, just gotta watch, you gotta be careful a little bit because you don't want your string coming out. Your beads coming off your string. So I'm gonna take my left string and I'm gonna put on 1 corner bead, 2 of my main color. And also, guys, if you don't want to have a corner bead, if you want to just make your cube all one color, that's fine. I like to add corners to mine to differentiate things a little bit, but you don't have to if you don't want to. So, just putting that out there. And so, I'm going, since my string is facing the right, this way, which these beads are on, I'm going to take my other string and go to the left. Like a ladder stitch. So I'm just going to go through them. And then make sure, guys, you pull both ends of your string. If you don't pull both ends, it's not going to work. Your beads are going to fall. So make sure you're pulling both sides when you do pull these. So here we go. We have one more thing to do. We're almost done putting beads on at this point, but this is what you should have so far. So this is actually going to be the final 4 beads that are going to go on. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in a minute. So I'm going to have 1, 2 of my main color. We're actually almost done with the cube, so we're getting there. Another 2 of my main color. Now you're going to do, instead of putting the 4 beads on, we're going to string it. We're not doing that this time. This time we're going to take one side. I'm going to take my left, but you can take your right if you want. My left just makes it a little bit easier. Remember the first 4 beads we originally strung through? I'm going to zoom in on this. That way you could see. These are the first 4 beads that I strung into. The corner bead, the two main color, and then the corner. So don't take both strings. Just take one string. Put it only through the 4. You don't want it through the other ones that we put on previously. We want the first 4 that we put on. And how I can keep track of that is actually having the corner beads, or you could just count your first 4, but I find it a little bit easier to see with the corner bead. And now that I have that in, you're going to pull the one side, not both. So you're just going to pull the one side. And that's what it's going to make. So now, yeah, it looks like a little bit of a jumbled mess, but we're almost done. So I'm going to pull this just a little bit more, holding this side, that way those 2 beads don't come off. So now we're going to have this little mess, but we're going to be forming it in just a second. Now you're going to take your 2 beads, your 2 ends of your string, and you're going to tie it. So you're going to do a square knot. You're going to watch it form in just a minute. See how it's already starting to form? So I'm just going to tie it. Okay, so now we're tying it off. So we're going to take our 2 pink beads and we're going to put them to the bottom here, and now I'm going to square knot it. That's why you don't do both of them through the same one. That's what you're going to do. So I just looped that part, and now look, I pulled it together. See, the cube is forming. I would say tie it 3 to 4 times, or tie it as many times as you feel comfortable. So keep hitting into my camera stand. That's okay. And also, guys, there's going to be another Kandi tutorial coming after I do another Kandi Basics, which is going to be how to make a Kandi Cube cuff. So stay tuned for that, because I'm going to teach you how to attach those. But I'm not going to do it in this video, because this is really for the basics of Kandi. So I'm not going to do it in this video for that reason. This is just to teach the cube and not the cuff. So you see we have our cube. So for the rest of it, you kind of just pull again, and it tightens everything, and then you tie another square knot through it. So, and it goes. And I love OmniFlex. This is what really shapes your string. It really shapes the cube nicely. So now I'm just going to adjust it. It's like kind of solving a Rubik's Cube to adjust it like this. So I'm just adjusting it and everything. I'm just lightly pressing them to put the cube. The corners aren't going to be straight, but you want the the pink ones, the main color, to be straight. And here is your finished candy cube. So I'm just gonna play with this a little bit more. Just be very gentle when you place them in place. And now that I have my little cube, I'm going to cut these two pieces of string off. And then you're done constructing your cube, so it's going to look like this. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was helpful. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.